What's up, everybody? You're Under the Street Lamp. This is the Under the Street Lamp podcast with the Nella fellas. Once again, we're back with DB Cooper, and our special guest in the house today is MISFIT Soto. Thank you again for coming through.
Yes, sir.
We had a nice little talk on our break in the meantime, so I wanted to bring up, I wanted to ask rather, about I know that you're under the SKM umbrella. I've seen the insignia. I know a little bit about what it is, but I'd like for you to. He has a tattoo on. Yeah, he has a blast right there. Yeah. So if you could just talk to us, Soto, a little bit about how you came to start working with SKM.
All right. Well, SKM is of course Conejo's label, movement, family. I had a DM. I got a DM once by Conejo. The first DM he sent me, he just said, "I see you.
Okay.
Keep doing your thing."
All right.
That was the first. I'm like, "Oh shit."
Dope.
Okay. Boom. A week later. "Hey, fool. Video shoot. Pull up." No address, nothing. I was like, "All right." Ready to move. Okay. Where? You don't hit me up. Another 3-4 days. Boom. Sends an address. Bring Cujo. All right. Cujo, what's up, fool? Let's go. All right, I'm down with it. Boom. Man, we roll out. Well, it's the video shoot that he has with Miss Crazy. My addiction video shoot. So we get there, and I had never, and up until that point, I had never even had a phone conversation. He was already having phone conversations with Cujo. I had never even spoken to him on the phone or anything.
Okay.
And as soon as I pull up, we're waiting outside, and then kind of like a door opens up, and you just see him walking out.
Right.
And that fool just has the biggest smile on his face, like, "What's up?" You know what I'm saying? So you meet him. When I met him, it kind of felt like I had known him, like already for years, because that's just how genuine and humble he was. He wasn't like Hollywood or like shit like that.
Yeah.
He was just kind of like, "What's up, fool?" Like he's like, "Hey, dog," like he just gave me my props, and he's like, "Hey, come on, Kyle." We went to where he was shooting the video. He introduced me to his peoples, and we were just there, man. We were just talking about hip hop and talking, and he's like, "Hey, fool, I want to get some, I want to do some shit with you. You know what I'm saying? We'll get it cracking." Like whatever. So that was my basic introduction to him and what he was doing. Next thing you know, probably about a couple months later, month and a half later, he's like, "Hey, I got a track I want you on. Me, you, and Baldacci."
Oh, sure. Okay.
Presidential was the name of the song. So after that, I recorded, did my verse, sent it to him, and then we all linked up for the video. And between that time and from when I first met him to the presidential shit, I had been on the phone talking to him. We had built a relationship up. You know what I'm saying? And we were just planning on doing so much, like doing this and this and that. He was introducing me to his people. Like anything he had going on, he'd be like, "Hey, Kyle, pull up." So I would pull up, just even if I wasn't, part of it, I'd just pull up, just see him do his thing, and just be there. And he was, when we did that video, it got released. It was getting good feedback, and I'm talking to him on the phone one day, what I'm saying, and I'm like, "Hey, fool." I was like, "What's up? What's up, fool? Put me on, homie." Like, I was like, "Hey, fool." Like, I was like, "Put me on SKM, fool. Put me on SKM." I'm fucking with him. And he goes, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah." Oh no. Okay. Prior to that, he had shot me some merch. And then I texted him because I wanted to wear. He had given me an SKM shirt. I just wanted to wear it in my video. I was like, "Hey, fool, is it cool if I rock the shit you just sent me?"
Yeah.
And his reply was like this: "It would be an honor."
Oh shit.
That's what he told me. That's how much he respected my music.
Wow.
Like he's like, "It would be an honor." And so I did it. For my video Greenlight, I rocked the SKM shirt, and I wasn't even part of SKM at that point. And then when I thought, we did the presidential shit, I was like, "Hey, fool, I'm already rocking SKM shit in my video."
Put me on.
Like, what's up,
put
me up?
Yeah.
So he's like, "You sure?" I'm like, "Hell yeah." He's like, "Dude," I was like, "Fool, I'll post that shit up, SKM everything, fool, everywhere." He's like, "Do that." So that was already the green light. I'm like, "All right, cool."
Right.
So then, we made it official, and as soon as I posted a picture with the SKM logo on there, I got hit up by everybody in the camp. Everybody that's part of SKM, which is, you know, like Cultura Clothing, you know, the homie Kilos, Spider, Predict, who does a Portarse Bien podcast, you know, Bugsy, like everybody from the family who hit me up, DM me, hey, welcome, homie.
That's dope. Shorty love.
No, they would just welcome me in. Anything you need, we got you. Like, so after that, you know, everybody showed me love. They brought me in. I mean, you gotta realize SKM. These are fools, like they're people that he knows for years.
Oh, okay.
Like these are homies from his hood. Like these are homies that these are people that while he was, you know, on his journey,
Right.
you know, like were there experiencing it with him, or having some part to do with, like, okay, you know, you need to come to, you know, I'm not gonna say who it was, but like, you know, one of the homies was like, okay, you know, every time he comes to LA, back and forth, because, you know, while he was on his journey, you know,
Just showing the ropes.
no, he was just he was the one that's like making sure he came across and went back.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, blessings all the way. Blessings all the way.
But that was those were his homies.
That's what's up.
They're deep rooted in that shit, and so I'm the newest member of that. And since then, there's no other member from SK. I guess I've been the last member for the last 3 years.
Doing great, huh?
You know what I'm saying? So they don't let just anybody in like that. You know.
Two things I want to comment on. Sorry to interrupt, but two things I want to comment on. I think it speaks volumes is because, you know, you talked about prior to this how you know been called humble to a fault, and then you talked about how humble Conejo is, and then you gave that one, you know, example where he was like, you know, that he would be honored to have you wear a shirt. That shows just ultimate, just a very humble man. So I don't think it's any kind of an accident that he saw you and you were on his radar. He must have in some way been able to see that you're a humble person. And like you mentioned too, his entire team reached out. It seems like he's surrounding himself with
solid A1 people. Like I'm saying, like him and his whole camp and my whole family now. You know what I'm saying? Like they have a lot of history, you know, dealing with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's, like I said, it's a family, bro. And so when I was basically, you know, accepted, I started doing shows. Next thing you know, Conejo's like, I got a show for you. I got a show for you. I got a show for you. So there's a show he does every year called The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Part one, I was not part of SKM, but since I joined and became part of the family, I've been on part 2. I've been on part 3. I'm gonna be part 4. Right. Anything he has cracking, any show, even other shows, you know, out of state or whatever, he always throws the names out, throws my name out. Hey, I want MISFIT on this. Hey, I got some. You know what I'm saying? So he basically. Also, as well, just like I said, my OG, you know, LA Cool, who had his part in molding who I am, Conejo's doing the same thing as far as giving me opportunity and just, you know, like taking me under his wing and just, you know, giving me just motivation more than anything. You know, I think the best thing you could do in this life is motivate somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because that if you motivate somebody, then there's no limit to the possibilities of what they can, you know, do or bring to this game or to life even. You know what I'm saying? Like you might motivate somebody that can change the world, bro. Like, you know, so motivation, the platform, the experience, you know, he's provided and he's always showed love, and it's crazy too because so there was a point where it's like I stopped doing all, like, in the beginning I was doing songs, you know, it was more on lyricism shit. Then I wanted to touch into like my personal shit. You know what I'm saying? Like so I released some shit that was like heartfelt, and it was about a fucking female. Lovey-dovey shit, heartbreak.
It happened to us all.
Yeah, and I just like, and so when I released some shit like that, my comments on my Instagram were crazy. These are from people that I had studio sessions with that were always like, hey, MISFIT, hey, that. So then all of a sudden I start releasing this type of shit, and then in the comments, dissing, like, like, hey, homie, like, you're always on some fucking, like, heartbroken shit, dog. Like, that shit ain't cool. Like, they're like, hey, cut that shit out, bro. Take that shit out. Like, And Conejo was I swear to God and everything I love, bro. Conejo's the only artist that hit me up and said, "Hey, fool, that shit you just released, that shit is dope as fuck. Keep doing that shit."
No shit.
Yeah, the only one. He told me keep. So he's an artist.
Yeah.
Conejo's he's a true he's a true artist. He understands.
So he respects the fact that you were able to put that out there. Like
He
this is how it
understands
felt.
it. He understands it. He understands what it is to be an artist. He's the epitome and the meaning of what a real artist is. You know, and because I know what a real artist is because I am that.
True.
So when I got that message, I'm like, okay, we're here.
Well, you have to have a vision, big though, right? You have to understand that not only are you maybe again getting yourself out that box, right? Sometimes people put you in that box and that's all they want to accept. And we put something outside of that, people kind of maybe have a hard time understanding it or even accepting it, right?
If you're not an artist,
Exactly,
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? But like, if you're an artist, it just comes natural, bro, and it just becomes a part of your catalog.
Yeah.
It's not like we're doing these songs because we have an intention of being like, okay, I'm gonna do this type of song so that I could be here, or no, it's just kind of like I'm just gonna let my shit bleed
You
out.
felt that shit and
I'm
you
just
threw
gonna
it out
let
there.
it bleed. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna do it, and he understands that. And so when he told me, "Hey, fool, fuck what all these people talk about.
Yeah.
Keep doing that shit," that to me was the real reason why I'm able to do and feel comfortable with doing the music I do now.
Okay. I don't know particularly which song it was when you made
like
your first.
Love Is a Uzi or some shit like
Okay.
that. Just some love shit.
One thing I listened to Try Me though. You know,
yeah.
And when I was, like I said, you have very, eclectic sound, and I really felt like Try Me was very much a departure from, let's say, a DNA Bullies or something you might have done with Cujo.
Right.
And I was like, man, look at the balls on this one.
Yeah,
Like,
I could never do that song. If Cornell had never hit me up and told me that, I would never put that
so
song
this
out.
was actually kind of like it built off of you feeling free when Homeboy Coasting said, nah, put that out there. That's what's in your heart. And so now this is why we're seeing more of that type of. Okay.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm comfortable, because I take his anything he tells me, I take it like it's serious. Like if he's telling me something, it's for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
If he's taking time out of his day to stop his crazy fucking schedule,
Bet.
whatever the fuck he's to stop and just give me a call and say, "Hey, fool, that shit is dope." Like then I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, okay, cool." No,
Whatever.
I'm gonna be like, okay. Okay, I hear you.
Yeah, you
For
can't shine that on.
No, for sure, bro. And so I stuck with it, and look at me now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people, I've gotten hit up by motherfuckers in prison doing life, bro. On the DMs, hey homie, hey big dog, that song was beautiful, homie. Like,
shit. Okay.
So it's like, from what I've been told as well, there's, people hit me and say, "Hey, fool, like, I got back with my girl because I've been feeling this, and I've never found the words to be able to tell her how I felt. So I played her your song."
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And now we're back together. Now we're doing this. Now we're doing that. Or, "Hey, homie, you know what? I used to be and fuck this bitch. Now that I heard your song, you know what? I'm in a better space now." You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Hey, like you said, inspire somebody. That's what you're doing. Like, you're inspiring
Because
people.
I mean, life is short, man, and all we have when we leave this earth, all we have is the memories that we leave with other people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
when I'm gone, I'm not gonna be able to say anything about myself. All that's gonna be left is what? The people that knew you, the people that experienced you, and they're gonna be left with the stories that, man, he was a good motherfucker.
Yeah.
Or he did this or he did that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you leave behind you. That's your legacy. Who you are, what you do, and how you affect people.
Yeah.
It's your legacy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's definitely, because no matter who you are, that's what, like you said, that's what you're going to be behind is the people that knew you. Did you inspire them? Did you lift people up? Did you knock them down? One thing I just want to point out, it is that what artists have, which I think is a beautiful thing, is that because we're so expressive and we choose to put things out there, even when we're gone, like you said, what will speak for us is like, if you have a body of work out there, like someone like yourself does, your music is going to continue on, and people will be able to pour through that and to try to get some sort of a semblance or some kind of a knowing of who Misfit Soto is, who Misfit Soto was. So that's one of the beautiful things about artists. Is like your artwork that's like one of your babies, you know?
That's the way I live forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, that's real. Bro.
Yeah, that's the
real.
only way to live forever.
and it's true because when someone's an artist, they can do fucking anything, right? And that's not only music. Like Conejo, fucking tax collector, right?
Woo.
Artist, right? He fucking knocked that role out of the ball fucking park.
Hey,
You know, from that movie, that's the one fucking person that kind of just I gravitated to, right? Like, damn, he just fucking spoke to the
Jumps
fucking
off the
audience.
screen,
and he-
yeah.
You know, you being an actor, Adam, what you think about that?
bro, it blew me out the water because oh, not to talk about Sonny too much, you know what I'm saying? But that's something I talk about Sonny with is where Sonny ended up having like a lot of success, and he's not really. I went to school for this shit, reading books, have a mentor, you know, like to be an actor and do the best I can, right? I listen to people like this, like Conejo. I'm assuming I don't know the man, I never met the man, but I'm assuming he probably didn't have no traditional training. And I didn't I knew the
that
name.
was on the run for fucking, on the run for 17,
Yeah.
16, 15 years. You know?
Yeah, bro, but when I saw him, I was like, who is this? I never seen the face before because I know Conejo as a name.
Right.
I know him as a rap artist, you know, things like that, as a producer. I didn't put two and two together until later on doing my investigation. I was like, oh, wait. So, bro, it blew me out of the water. I was like, where I want to get to that level. So you can see he's a true talent where without any training, he was able to just give it. You know what I mean? Because how you say his performance was explosive.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, kudos to him on that one. I don't know. Yeah, kudos to Cujo on that one. I'm sorry, Conejo on that one.
Yeah, but it goes back to, when you're an artist, you can go ahead and just basically, everything's a canvas. You know what I mean? And you're going to do what the fuck you want to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's dope.
It was definitely him and
Look at
Shia.
him. I mean, look at him now. He's fucking. I think he's in, or he was in, Colombia shooting. Not too long. Man, he was in like fucking Ireland or some shit.
Oh, so he's continuing his acting career.
Oh hell yeah! That's what's got
wow,
gang
okay.
shit dropping,
That's
bro.
dope.
He's got
I'll be
gang
checking for him.
shit
He's a real talent. Yeah.
I mean, if you look at his Instagram, he's always posting shit. Like
Yeah.
he's on sets nonstop.
Yeah.
So he's doing the acting shit right now. I talked to him on the phone not too long ago. I FaceTimed him. I'm like, damn fool. I was like, you're finished with it. You did everything you wanted to do in this music shit, huh? He's like, yeah, fool. He's like, the music shit right now. He's like, yeah, I'm not even on that shit. He's like, I'm doing this acting shit right now. I'm like, that's right, fool.
No, he's on I'm Mr. Conejo on set. Oh, yeah.
It's just, I mean, it's just like, he did everything he wanted to do in this music shit, you know what I'm saying? And he does it still because he loves it, but it's like, now he's into this acting shit. It's like a whole new, it's just kind of like, damn, he gets to start over again and have that hunger for another art form.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because once you get to, if you're doing this shit for a long time, this hip hop shit, you're gonna love it, but it's like, it becomes repetition with the thing, whatever it takes to stay, relevant.
Right.
Which is like, okay, but he's like, wait a minute, now I get to take, the art, the person that's a part of me that's, an artist, and now,
New area.
show it like this, and acting, and because that's an art form too. Sometimes, man, it's like, it feels so real. There's people that like act and like, okay, have you seen that one movie with Julia Roberts and her daughter dies and she jumps in the dumpster and
Yeah.
what's that movie called?
I don't know what it's called, but I know
But
what
it's like, bro, that shit,
crazy.
I was like, oh fuck.
She knocked it out of the ballpark, though.
Oh,
Bro,
shit.
there's one scene, bro, and like, I don't know, it's like a movie where
She's also
like
a
a serial, she's a detective.
Oh, yeah, where I
There's like a serial rapist
Yeah.
killer, and so once she goes into a crime scene and it's her daughter.
Yeah.
Right. She just, bro, that shit was like, holy fuck, like that's an art form.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
That's a fucking art form.
Right, to make the people, to affect
oh my
people.
God.
Yeah, man.
So it's like, that's basically, everybody wants to be you want to be great at whatever you do, and you gotta put in the work.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So that's,
100%.
and then be that artist. So, I mean, he's fucking, he's happy, bro. He's happy. He's, and I wish him nothing but success, man. 'Cause that's my big bro. You know?
Yeah, man. Well, let me ask you, Misfit. Do you ever see yourself? Do you think you could ever see yourself lending to yourself to a production like?
He told me. He called me. He hit me up. He's like, "Fool, I'm gonna put you on." He's like, "We need some. Whenever we have some roles and shit, you know what I'm saying, for some villains and shit like that." He's like, "I got you."
Yeah.
He's like, "You about that shit? I got you guys." But there's no doubt in my mind that whenever he has the power and control to do so, he will.
That's dope.
There's no doubt in my mind. If there's ever comes to him an opportunity where where you know they're saying, hey, get somebody for Rule, there's no doubt in my mind that I'll be one of the people he hits up.
Right. So then you, as a personal decision, like as an artist, you feel like that's
shit. Who
Yeah.
wouldn't? I think
that's right.
I think
That's
that shit. It's a beautiful thing, bro. It's like this is, like I said, it's art and it's.
Well, as you mentioned, you're a true artist, so you're open to that. Some people will say like, nah, fuck, this is my lane. I don't want to get out of the lane.
Yeah,
You
no,
know what I mean?
I'd love to do that shit too, man.
Yeah,
That's dope.
another form of expression, bro.
Yeah, that's dope.
Fuck yeah.
Like we talked. I don't want to get too deep. Like
So everyone, look out for MISFIT.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking next
Speak it
fucking video, man.
into existence
That's
right
right.
now, bro.
don't be surprised.
Put it out in the air, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been good. What's up, DB? What else you got on the table?
Well, let's get to it, man. You know, I think Adam, brought me to your to my attention, mentioned about this whole, Ay caramba, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so talk a little bit about that. So you saw Tyga, make this lame video, right? And then at that point, you responded to it, right? So can you kind of walk us through it?
Well, I had seen. First, it was the White G That Go Loco video,
Yeah.
which was like last year or a while back. I didn't like that shit at all. That video. I kept my mouth shut about it. I was just like, yeah, whatever, It was just, and I just felt very disrespectful, like disrespected, because the whole little, hey, little puta, like, puta
Right.
behave, like, I'm just like, wow, like, whoa, bro, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, ugh, this shit ain't no good, you know what I'm saying? So I always felt that song was very disrespectful. The song and the video.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how the people in that video let it slide, but that's a whole other story.
Right.
Right.
So then I see this second video, and I just see him doing the same shit, and like he wants to, like I said, much love to him and respect because he took the video down and shit like that. But since we're on the subject, there's some lies that he said because it's just me in a fat suit. It wasn't even supposed to be Mexican.
Okay.
Bro, you're in a low rider. The license plate says gordo on it. Like,
Eating guacamole.
No, it's not
chips,
just you in a fat suit. It's supposed to be a Mexican.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So that was Ty got called bullshit on that one. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I felt like I wanted to just, but see again, I didn't really think about it like I'm gonna do this shit because it's for. I just felt like I needed to speak on it.
Right.
I like how the song opened up. It was like, I'm too brown pride to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, sure.
And here's where I come out. I just want to give my opinion on it because we haven't really spoken in depth about it. Is where, for me, the YG thing, I saw that, and to me, what stood out to me was him calling the P word, homie, puta. It's like, that's not really like something in our culture that like, even though our people might be like, hey, this hoe, like jokingly, that
No,
P word,
puta is a
it's
disrespectful
way
word.
different.
You don't say, hey, look at my puta.
No, exactly.
Puta is something you say when it's like you
words,
you
that's
catch
fighting
this
words,
bitch
dog.
cheating
Yeah.
with like 7 of your homies.
Yeah.
Right,
You're
at the same
fucking
time.
puta, homie. Like you're
Right.
just
It's not a loving term like some laid back shit. So that shit stung me. Then I saw the carne asada video
Oh my God.
where what's his name, Blueface pouring horchata, waving the Mexican flag, pouring horchata on bitches, slapping them on the ass with carne asada. I'm just like, bro, this is fucked up, right? But still, it was all crickets. Okay, cool. So I feel like in a way, Tyga did catch the most heat for doing the least offensive shit. But at the same time, what I didn't like was, like you said, when he gave the apology, it was more of a, I'm sorry you feel that way. It wasn't, I'm sorry for what I did, because he tried to say it was Eddie Murphy inspired, and maybe it was, but nobody would, put it this way, if someone else had done the same thing, it would be unquestionable. He's eating guacamole, riding a low rider, shaved head. This is a fucking cholo, dog. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
So he's in denial, but I do give him that credit that
he
he
took it
of
down.
his own accord, nobody forced him.
Yeah.
He could have easily said, I don't give a fuck, and just rode that wave. But he of his own accord chose not to. He chose to take it down, and kudos to him for that, because maybe that does speak to him saying he didn't intentionally offend anyone, and by him taking it down by his own choice, maybe that's.
No, I mean, he
Talk to
probably
me.
he didn't intend. I mean, he knew what the fuck he was doing. He just probably didn't think that.
Well, the
he
other
was
two
gonna
slid.
that anybody else would fucking like. Oh my bad. But he didn't really think that anybody would have a problem with it. Like,
Yeah.
he probably just thought it was just like, he's gonna put it out. People will talk shit, whatever. But he didn't really expect, even podcasters like American Cholo to start making an issue. No Jumper picked it up. All these other places picked it up. So that's, I think when he saw that, then he's like, oh shit, I fucked up.
Yeah, okay.
Now, see, what I liked about it is that you went hip hop. Like you said, all right, you fucking went this way. I'm gonna respond to that shit in the same terms. That's what I liked about it. Because again, I think it goes back to your background, right? You're old school fucking hip hop. So if someone says something, you're gonna respond lyrically, you know, and that's dope, you know. And no one would call, at least based on what I hear from you, is that no one can say, oh, racial, because you went ahead and dealt with all sorts of different cultures and races. So it's not about that.
Right.
It's just that, you know, if you felt some kind of way, you responded, and I thought that was dope because that's kind of go back to true hip hop, man.
That's
I like that.
That's the reason why I couldn't. I mean, I was getting hit up in the DMs like, "Hey, bro, you should have did what they did. You should have put on blackface and had watermelons falling out the sky." Like, I'm like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I personally, I can't do that just because of where I came from.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying. I have like so much love for my OGs, you know, who are black, bro. And I can't disrespect like
because ain't gonna make it right.
I cannot do that. I'm not gonna stoop to his level.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this shit with class.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
And
that's what I appreciate, to be honest with you. And kudos to you, big dog. That's mad respect for that, dude. For real.
One thing I'm gonna jump out. I know some people will disagree. It's a contentious issue, but I'm a very big proponent, big supporter of the First Amendment. You know, and so that's why even though I disliked Blueface's video particularly the most, I also disliked Tiger's. I thought it was overly disrespectful. I'm still that type where I'm like, you know, just because I disagree with it, I'll turn the channel and I just don't have to go to the concert. I don't have to. Hey, bro, you got this big old Sky seats to their shit before. You know what I mean? Like, I can just choose to say, hey, big dog, I'm not gonna go this time. Thank you, DB. But what I did like, and this is what I do approve of, is a lyrical response. As another artist in an artistic way addressing all these issues, laying it all out for everybody to make their own judgment, and then say, I can spend my money here or I can spend my money there. But this canceling shit, I don't co-sign none of it. And the only way I'm good with him taking his music video down is if he chose from his heart. Now that's up for debate.
And I agree with you on that 100%.
I think it was genuine.
Yeah,
I think it was genuine. I think he kind of, I think he realized that he fucked up.
Okay.
And you know, I just think that, you know, I mean, you try to make excuses or they try to train him, media train him. Somebody told him
that it sounded that way.
Oh, say this. Nah, but deep down, he probably was just like, man, I fucked up. I gotta take this shit out. And you know, to show respect and love, man. And that's why, you know, Raza, you know, no matter what, he's still gonna have Raza that supports him because of that, the move that he made to take it down.
I think so.
To show respect.
Yeah.
So he gets no love lost, like as far as that goes, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was big of him to do that. You know?
I agree. You know, I think we could probably all three of us agree that Tiger doing that was a big move.
Yeah.
Salute to Tiger on that one, but he didn't ignore it. He faced it like a man, and
The only one thing is, it had to go ahead and actually get to where it needed to get in order for him to do that. That's the only thing I would say. Sometimes you be kind of conscious about what you have to do and what you can't do.
Well, if he didn't know, he knows now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
fair enough. So we're about to wrap it up, you guys. That's our time for today. Mr. MISFIT SOTO, I appreciate you coming through. DB Cooper, any last minute things?
Nah, it's good looking out, man. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah, good time. Once again, you're under the street lamp with the Nella fellas. MISFIT SOTO in the house. Make sure to check out all the latest music. One of my favorites is DNA Bullies. Also, make sure you check out I Got It On About 2. It's a good joint. And we'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Come on. Cool. If it's cool, I'm going to take a leak real quick. Anybody else has to?